What's going on, everybody? Okay, another Las Vegas video coming at you guys, and as you can tell from the title, this video is going to be about my top 5 favorite slot companies and the worst 5. And now, again, these are all my opinion, guys. These can vary from gamer to gamer. These are just based on my opinion and based on my experiences playing these machines over the last few years. And one thing I want to say right up front is, even though some of these are in my top 5, they may make games that I don't like. Even though they're in my worst list, they may make games that I like. I will try to note those games whenever I go through each one separately. I am going to try and keep this to a short video because I dislike some of these companies for all the same reasons. Just the reverse is true. I like them based on the same reasons. So I will start with the absolute, with the best slots first, and I'll do it in reverse. So my number 5, number 4, 3, 2, 1, so on and so forth. So I'll start with the best, and then we'll finish with the worst. So number 5 for my favorites is going to be IGT and High Five. I don't know why I banked them two together. They seem to work well together. I do enjoy many IGT titles. I also dislike a lot of their titles as well, but IGT is just a company that offers so much variety. You can sit at 10 different machines and not know they're from the same company. So that to me is innovation. Variety, a different experience on each machine, and IGT does that very well. Some games that I do enjoy are all the Wheel of Fortune games. I'm a sucker for the Wheel of Fortune games. They are very simple yet effective. They work, and it's entertaining as shit to sit there, get the wheel bonus, and watch the wheel spin. It's just something about it. It's classic, and I say that with the utmost respect. It's a classic game, and it's still one of the most popular themes on any casino floor, that being Wheel of Fortune. They also make the Ellen games, Orange is the New Black, and of course a new one with Breaking Bad that I got to play during my trip to Vegas as well, which I did enjoy. So IGT, just a great company, and I do recommend their machines. Number 4, WMS. Now, you guys will hear me crap all over this company, and I do. I certainly dislike a lot of WMS titles. And the reason why is because there really isn't any innovation with a lot of their machines. They sound the same. The pays are exactly the same. Everything about them, with the exception of changing symbols from game to game. Come on. WMS, when people think of WMS, they think of probably one of the most popular slot companies of all time. And they just make so many games that are so similar. And things that do bug me about WMS is, one is the delayed reaction when you hit the spin button. You hit the spin button, it takes a little while for the reels start. So sometimes you're not sure if you hit the button right, and you hit it twice, and then the reels end up landing immediately rather than doing their spinning. That is a big pet peeve for me. I can't stand whenever that happens. And I don't know, they make a lot of great titles too. World of Wonka, for example, a new slot that they just came out with not that long ago, is a fantastic machine. Love it. If WMS can make more titles like World of Wonka to really immerse the player in the gaming experience, they're going to quickly become one of my new favorite companies, okay? They're not going to be sitting at number 4. They'll take a place higher up. World of Wonka is one of my top 5 favorite slots of all time now. They also make, Scrumdiddlyumptious, which is another Willy Wonka game that I really enjoy. Ruby Slippers 2. These are 2 classic slot machines that I absolutely love. I love them, and WMS certainly does make their fair share of amazing machines, but also makes their fair share of crap. So also with the Colossal Reel games, I think that's gimmicky as fuck. I find them terrible. Again, this is just my opinion based on my experiences, right? So, but, in the end, WMS does take number 4 on my favorite companies. Number 3. This was a tough one. Number 3 and number 2 was just like this. But it's funny because when I started marking things down on paper, I realized quickly, and it changed my mind as to what number 2 and number 3 was. Number 3 is going to go to Every and Multimedia. Previously, I always thought that Every and Multimedia was number 2. But after looking at everything and writing everything down, number 3 is definitely Every and Multimedia. The only reason why they didn't take number 2 is because they don't have very many slots out there. They're very tough to find, and I wish there was more. My favorite slot machine from Every Multimedia is Haunted House After Dark. This is so much fun to play, guys. That pick bonus, getting all the way up to the attic. Oh, just great, great fun. I do have a bonus where I got all the way to the attic on my channel if you guys want to go and check that out. Just super fun. I love the fluidness of the game, the sound. Oh man, when you're playing Haunted House After Dark, it's creepy as shit. The music is really fucking engaging, and it's creepy. The symbols are creepy. You get like this little doll head, and it's like when you sit down, you're immersed into this game, and there's really not much face value. It doesn't take much with this company to have you really get into that experience. So amazing machines. I really can't say I have played a terrible game by Every or Multimedia, okay? It's just a fantastic company. And if you guys are in a casino and you see an Every or Multimedia machine, please sit down and give it a shot. You might not win, that's the gamble with slot machines, but you will be entertained for the most part. It's a very good company, and I highly recommend it. Number 2. Now, like I said, number 3 and number 2 was so very close. But like I said, after putting everything down on paper, you get to see with your own eyes the difference. And number 2 for me is going to be Incredible Technologies. Wow, talk about entertaining. I'm always a big fan of time on machine and entertainment. I'm very real in the sense that I don't expect to make money whenever I gamble. And anybody who has that mindset is kind of, setting themselves up for disappointment, and they're not going to enjoy any slot machine as long as they don't win on it. And that's not fair. You shouldn't dislike a machine because you don't win on it. I've lost way more than I've won on Walking Dead 1. It's still one of my favorite, probably like number 1 or number 2 slot machine of all time for me. But you should expect to be entertained on a machine, and I find Incredible Technologies to have an amazing time on machine. Absolutely amazing entertainment value. You can sit down with my favorite slot machine is Crazy Money Deluxe, and there's Crazy Money Deluxe 2, Money Rain, Money Roll. It's these games with the little dollar signs that did it for me. That was the deciding factor. Those games are just so incredibly fun, and you get the wheel spin bonus. You get like the touch the bills. That is so fun. You get the wheel spin. So much fun. I love Incredible Technologies. And if you're the type of gamer and type of player that likes to have that time on machine, well, it's not going to be as volatile. Your wins are going to be smaller, but more frequent. So you're going to bonus often. If you're to sit down with $100 and do minimum bets, you're going to sit at that slot machine for an hour. It's just so incredibly entertaining, and the time on machine is there. So that's why they ultimately took the number 2 position on my best slot companies list. Number 1, this is no surprise to most of you who watch my channel. That belongs entirely and wholeheartedly to Aristocrat. Oh, guys, Aristocrat. They just kill it in every department, whether it's time on machine and even volatility. They have a nice variety of these machines. They have their volatile machines. They have their time on machine machines. They have a healthy mix out there. What I love about Aristocrat is their ability to communicate to the player just how the game works. A lot of other companies, they don't fail on this, but sometimes it's a little more difficult. Aristocrat they easily communicate this to the player. Their games are thoughtful, they're innovative, and they're trendy. Go play the Walking Dead series. If someone was to come to me and say, okay, Aristocrat is your favorite company, I understand. What game would you recommend from Aristocrat? I would say The Walking Dead 1 or The Walking Dead 2. For me, this is, I don't want to say the de facto, but when I think of Walking Dead 1 and Walking Dead 2, those 2 games make my case entirely for why Aristocrat is my number 1 company. I'm not saying those two slot machines are the reason why. I'm just saying the way these games are made and how they play is the reason why I love Aristocrat. One, when a feature happens, you're guaranteed a win. Very, very simple and an effective method to make the players seem like when something happens on the screen, you know you're going to get rewarded for it. Because features are hard to get. They're rare. They don't happen on every spin. We played Aladdin, WMS machine. It was one of the more recent videos. My wife had max bet this machine. And then a multiplier feature happened, and it was going up 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x, 15x, and it went all the way up to 25x multiplier, and the reels landed nothing. There was nothing lined up. Don't do that bullshit. If you're going to start a feature, guarantee it to be a win. Walking Dead series does this. When the reels grow up in Walking Dead 1, that's a guaranteed win. And I'm going to give you a little tip on the Walking Dead 1. This is going to be one of those things where once you know it, you can't unknow it. So if you don't want to know a little secret about the Walking Dead 1 slot, mute your speakers. So, in Walking Dead 1, okay, here's how you know you're going to get a bonus. So when you get the 3 wheel bonuses land, you get a wheel bonus. This is how you know you're guaranteed to get that wheel bonus. A lot of people are going to be like, how in the hell do you know you're going to get that bonus? Here's how you know. When the reels grow up, okay, sometimes when you hit the spin button, you'll see the screen kind of darkening a little bit, and the reels will grow either by 1 reel set, 2 or 3, okay? When that happens, it guarantees a win. So you know that you're going to get a symbol on at least reel 1, 2, and 3 because that feature guarantees a win. Now, if you're looking at when the things grow and then the symbols start to land, if you notice there's nothing on 1, 2, and 3 that lined up, you know a bonus is going to happen because it guarantees a win. So you almost don't want to see 3 symbols line up in reels 1, 2, and 3 because you know the 3 bonus symbols are going to land. Or you might get a bonus symbol on reel 1 and reel 2, and when reel 3 happens, no bonus symbol lands, but nothing else matches either, so then you know the bonus symbol is going to land on 4, 5, or 6. So it's very, very interesting. And when you don't see those 3 symbols line up, you know the bonus is going to happen. So that is so cool. But my basic point remains is that when a feature happens, let it guarantee a win. Even if it's only a small win. When the reels grow up in Walking Dead 1, chances are you're not even going to get your bet back. That's okay. At least it's guaranteeing you a win. The feature is there for a reason. It's not setting you up for excitement and then landing you on your head with a disappointment. Aristocrat gets that right all the time. The same thing applies for Walking Dead 2. When the Michonne attack happens, when the Wild Horde happens, it guarantees a win. All right? This is exactly what these other slot companies need to do. Don't have these useless features out there. Because, I mean, in the end, what's the fucking point if you're going to set up a big excitement and then followed by a big disappointment? You've just upset your player. I don't care what you think. You've upset your player. I don't care if you have in mind more volatile features. I understand volatile features, but volatile features to me means just don't have them pay out so much more often. And that way there, at least they're guaranteed to win with the chance of hitting something huge, you know? But if you're just going to land like 25x multiplier and not land anything, shame on you, WMS. That's why you're number 4 on my list, because like I said, you guys need to get your shit together, and there's a lot of work that you guys need to do to become one of more of my favorite slot companies. But again, Aristocrat, I love seeing an Aristocrat license. They just do things so damn good. I wish they got more license. I noticed like a lot of musicians machines go over to not WMS, Bally. I wish Aristocrat would grab that market because they could certainly do these celebrities, you know, more justice for their slot machines. But Aristocrat just has it all. Time on machine, the ability to get a hand pay in the regular base game. Go play Walking Dead 2. If you could get squirrels come down or tanks on every line and hit like a 25x multiplier, and you're walking away with thousands and thousands of dollars. Go set out like a Konami machine and get a full screen of something, you know? Like it's not going to happen. So Aristocrat has the potential. They have the time on machine. They have the innovation. They have everything. It's just an amazing company. I don't know, guys. I don't think that there's another company that'll ever top Aristocrat for me. They just get it right in every Every sense, every aspect of gaming for me, I love it, I love it, I love it. So Aristocrat, I don't know if you guys are watching this, if you ever watch it, big thumbs up to you guys. Most of my money is going to go in Aristocrat machines than any other company, and I don't think that will ever change. Keep up the great work, and I'll tell you, you guys have entertained the shit out of me over the last few years, and I'm looking forward to even more years to come with Aristocrat machines. I can't wait to see what they come up with next. The Elvira machine, by the way, absolutely amazing. I love it. I love the Game of Thrones cabinet as well. Sons of Anarchy is another favorite. You guys are just doing an amazing job. Keep up the good work. Now, worst companies. Now, it's hard to say worst. It's not that I hate them. It's just that there's so much more potential these guys can be hitting, you know? Like, I don't understand how they can get it wrong. So number 5 for me is going to be Spielo. Now, Spielo doesn't have too many games on the floor. There are some that I do enjoy, but what I don't like about them, and I don't know, for me, sometimes when I sit on a slot machine, I almost don't want to know what kind of company it is. I want to kind of figure it out for myself. And with Spielo, you can just tell that you're playing a Spielo machine almost all the time. You get like a nice line hit, you'll hear the ding, the ringing sound, and then almost like a vibration happens. Hint, hint, Sphinx 3D, Bejeweled, like all these games where that happens. And I just find that even though, yes, it's the same company, and one company should have an identifier built into the game, like Aristocrat, when the tile, like when your tiles hit your symbols, it'll make that little that little clicking sound. That, you know, will give you the give it away that it's Aristocrat. But with Spielo, it's the way the game plays, and I just think they need to step away from that. Offer that variety, okay, guys? I do enjoy Sphinx 3D. Sphinx 3D is a good game. It brings back lots of great memories for me. My wife absolutely loves Sphinx 3D. I thought it to be a little gimmicky at first, but you know, I do enjoy it. I like the 3D aspect. You know, that is innovative. If people want to play in 3D, Spielo does offer that experience. And again, though, you might want to pump up your variety a little bit. Not let every game play so similar to the next Spielo game. But overall, I mean, not a terrible company. Just they have the potential to be so much better, given that they do know what they're doing with their technology. So yeah. Number 4, Bally. Now, I shit on Bally a lot too. You guys know that in my videos. You guys are probably thinking, wow, I can't believe that's not in his top 3 worst. And the only reason why is because their slot machine, Titanic, is one of my top 5, okay? I love Titanic. They did such a great job with that game. But they just fuck up so many other games. Way too volatile. I like volatility, don't get me wrong. I love the chance at losing money more often for a bigger payout. But not that volatile. Your game does have to have some sort of time on machine. And with Bally, either you hit big or you don't. I mean, there's really not much in between, with the exception of this Titanic machine. And I'm sure there's others out there that I haven't played yet. But like I said, these are based on my experience. And Bally just way too volatile. They seem to take money more than they give, which is true with any slot company, but with Bally more so. I have never hit a hand pay or close to a hand pay on any Bally machine. And chances are, and especially if you look at my channel, my Bally live plays are not going to be very long. Usually 2 minutes or under, because it just takes that long to lose your $100 at max bet. So for that reason alone, I could never see them being up in my top 5 companies. I also don't like the fact that they also play the same. Many of Bally's machines, same sounds, same lines, same pays. Swap out the symbols and put a different name on it, guys. That's not innovation. That's not variety, okay? People see right through that. Maybe some people don't, but the true gamers out there will see through that anytime. It's just, you're capable of so much more, okay? Number 3, Konami. Oh. Wow. I remember as a child playing video games, Nintendo and Atari and stuff like that. I don't play games now, I just don't have the time. But I remember Konami being a fantastic company. Fantastic. Off the top of my head, I want to say they made a game called Contra for the NES. And I really hope I'm right on that. I played Contra so much that I remember the Konami title. And they made a whackload more of awesome NES games. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. I'm sure if I went through an NES list, I would be able to pick them off so easily. But I remember Konami being a great, innovative, game-changing company. It's too bad that they didn't do that with slot machines. Same thing, same sound, same pace, same everything, just slap a different name on it. But Konami is the absolute worst company for that. You can tell a Konami machine from half the casino away just based on the dung dung, like the way the real sound, the way the gameplay. There's nothing different whatsoever with any Konami machines, with the exception of the symbols. All right, I got a rawhide hand pay, $5,625. Good for me. I still fucking hate the game. I still hate the machine. Konami for me needs to just step away from that status quo that they've been stuck in for years and years and years and years. Get the hell out of it. Look at other companies like IT. Look at companies like even IGT, Aristocrat. Look at what's working. Look at what people are playing. This is not innovative. I'm going to say that Frogger was probably one of the biggest steps that Konami has taken in a long time. Seriously. You have this whole other thing that you can look up at, and you'll notice that Aristocrat does this with their titles a lot, make these huge screens. And, I think they took that, and they also took my love of video games from back in the day with Frogger, and I do enjoy the Frogger game. I still hate the base game, the fact that it's that same old Konami shit, but at least they gave it that little bit of variety that when you do hit the bonus, that you can enjoy the rest of the Frogger, stuff with the bonus. But Konami, come on, man. Konami to me is going to be an iconic name for so many people in my age group, okay? Simply because, we played the Nintendo and the Atari and the Super Nintendo growing up. I grew up in the 80s and the early to mid 90s before I started becoming a young adult. And just that name just speaks volumes, but these slot machines don't. So Konami, come on. You're in the right direction with this Frogger machine. Try to keep it innovative and make your machines differ from one another, all right? Okay, number 2. A ruse. A ruse for me is I just hate their games. I just don't find no entertainment value with a ruse machines. It's funny because if you look at my channel, the last few videos I posted, some of them were of a ruse. Those are the mechanical reels where you have to land 5 bonus symbols. You'll get a thing that goes around and it picks an amount, and every time a bonus symbol lands, you'll get that amount. Oh, I got sucked into them in Vegas because, I always said, well, if you happen to hit, let's say the minor, and you get the minor prize every time a thing lands, you're gonna, that's hand pay city. But again, that's never or almost never going to happen. And from what I see, you're just always gonna get a shitty amount, and it's just real gimmicky. The Ultra Stack games. Oh, I've said this in so many videos. I absolutely hate any Ultra Stack game. Ultra Stack Panda, Ultra Stack Lion, Ultra Stack Feature Rose, Ultra Stack My Fucking Grandmother, Ultra Stack this, Ultra Stack that. Abraham hit me with a wiffle ball bat. My God. Give it up with the Ultra Stack. First of all, it's gimmicky as shit. Win up to 200 free games. I seen a guy hit 200 free games at MaxBet and win $25. For me, yes, time on machine is absolutely important if stuff is happening or if you're being entertained. To sit there and watch 200 free games pay out nothing, I would want to put my foot through that screen. And I've got a lot of Ultra Stack bonuses on my channel, and you're going to see a reoccurring theme there. Just a whole lot of free spins with a whole lot of nothing. And it's just, they're gimmicky all the hell. I hate a ruse, don't like the way the games play. No entertainment value whatsoever. I don't recommend this company. They have a lot to do before they're even at the top of my worst list. No, go to hell. I don't like them. I'm sorry. That's very, very bitter to say, but man, oh man, they're just out to get your money and nothing more. Number 1, Ainsworth Gaming Technology. a name that's bound to strike fear in any casino gamer. Oh, what a terrible company. Everything I said about a ruse times 5. They just absolutely get nothing right. The only thing they get right is their graphics on their displays. We'll take Rumble Rumble, for example. You look at Rumble Rumble, nice deep colors, beautiful graphics, very nice contrast. They set you up for a whole lot of failure. Ainsworth is a piece of shit company. I will not recommend. I don't even think I'll ever play another Ainsworth game again unless they come out with something that is changing the game. Guys, like I said, everything I said about a ruse times 5. But one thing I really hate about Ainsworth is the pays. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I also uploaded recently an episode, I think it's in episode 13, where I played a game called Rumble Rumble. I hit the bonus at $5. And you can damn near fill the entire, because when you get the bonus on the game, the screen goes from here and it goes all the way up to there, and you got so many more lines and so many more symbols to line up. And I got, you have the 5 reels. I got reels 3, 4, and 5 all wild, and all of reel 2, with the exception of maybe 3 symbols, and it paid like 20 bucks. I was like, oh my God, the pays are complete shit. And every Gamesworth title that I've seen so far is exactly like that. The pays are completely terrible. I have no idea how you can hit a hand pay even on a bonus round. You certainly can't get it in the base game based on the shitty pays. And there's just no innovation there. There's nothing redeeming about an Ainsworth title at all. I don't even know how the casinos are buying their cabinets and putting them on the floor. Make a statement, guys. Let your voice be heard. Email your casinos. Talk to your slot host. Tell them that you don't want to see Ainsworth on the floor. Trust me, if nobody's buying these machines, that company's going to go to business or start to up their game a little bit. And I don't like seeing a company hurt. I don't like seeing anybody lose their livelihoods. I'm hoping that if we were to all collectively come together and voice our opinion on these machines, that the Ainsworth starts to make better stuff rather than go out of business. I don't like seeing anybody go out of business. But yeah, terrible, man. Absolutely. Don't ever sit at an Ainsworth machine. And you could tell the name of their company. Usually it says Ainsworth engraved in the chrome around the screen. Be careful, guys. Don't get sucked into those. Anyway, so that's my top 5 best and top 5 worst. Again, like I said, even though some were in my worst list, I do enjoy some of their titles, and some that were in my best list, I don't like some of their titles. It's just, when you look at everything collectively and with each separate company, you can really, especially when you write it down on paper, you can start to understand why you like one company and why you dislike another company, and it's actually quite easy to get these all in these orders. So that's it, guys. Another Las Vegas video coming at you. I'm going to do another video which is going to be entitled Free Things. Yes, absolutely 100% free things that you can do in Las Vegas to help stretch your budget. Look forward to that video coming up along with more slot live plays. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support, and I will see you in the next movie.